Travis Kelce and his Chiefs teammates' plane lands at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport ahead of the Chiefs vs. Cleveland Browns game. On Saturday, December 14, Travis Kelce and his teammates arrived in Cleveland, Ohio, to kick off the Chiefs vs. Cleveland Browns game at Huntington Bank Stadium. Unlike other games, Travis Kelce will be playing to thousands of spectators in his hometown and even his former neighbors at Huntington Bank Stadium. Travis Kelce also appeared quite excited. Before returning to visit his birthplace and raised in Ohio, however, his competitive spirit was still thoughtful and serious. Travis Kelce appeared in a white jacket, black pants and a black hat, carrying a suitcase as he stepped off the plane with his teammates to head to the Chiefs Hotel in Cleveland. Chiefs officials such as Coach Andy Reid and QB Patrick Mahomes were also seen getting off the United Boeing 777. All members of the Chiefs are ready for tomorrow's match. With a winning streak and a favorable start since the beginning of the season, Coach Andy Reid made a speech on Friday saying, "Although our team is rated higher than the Cleveland Browns, we do not miss any practice. Especially we are never subjective about whether the opponent is weak or strong." Andy Reid's clear speech is like a statement from him and a morale booster for his students. The Chiefs boast the best quarterback, head coach and, this season, run of luck in the league. Kansas City is 12-1, and has won 10 of those 12 games by one score. Of course, the Chiefs also have won the last 2 Super Bowls, and played in 4 of the last 5. They have, definitively, taken the baton from the Tom Brady/Bill Belichick era New England Patriots as the dynastic franchise in the league. Sunday, Kansas City comes to Cleveland to take on the Browns. For the Chiefs, they can get one step closer to clinching the number 1 seed in the AFC with a win. The Browns, at 3-10, hopes for a winning season or a playoff berth are out the door. However, the opportunity to take down a behemoth still exists for the Browns. It's a small consolation prize, but it exists. How do the Browns do it? Here are 3 questions they have to answer against the Chiefs. Not sure if you're aware of this, but the Chiefs have a pretty good quarterback. Patrick Mahomes continues to amaze on a weekly basis, and not necessarily because of jaw-dropping statistics. Instead, what's most impressive about Mahomes is his ability to seemingly never get rattled. Defenses have gotten to him, even sacked him, but they haven't been able to get him off his game. That's why the Chiefs have won 15 consecutive one-score games. It's why they're so good on third down, especially 3rd and 6 or longer, if Mahomes can calmly run the Kansas City offense. It's Katie bar the door. The Chiefs aren't going to have to sweat out another close game. If the Browns can at least get Mahomes off point, if they can at least rattle the cage a bit, they can give themselves a chance. The law of averages says at some point Kansas City's one-score luck will run out, but you have to be in position to capitalize on that opportunity. The Chiefs' offense absolutely thrives in the middle of the field. Mahomes is 121 of 163 passing for 1,355 yards with 9 touchdowns and 5 interceptions on passes to the middle of the field that travel between 1 and 20 yards in the air. Obviously, having future Hall of Fame tight end Travis Kelce is a major key to that success. Kelce, in that same range, has been targeted 67 times with 50 catches for 428 yards and 2 touchdowns, according to PFF. Since the bye week, the Browns' defense has allowed 24 passes to the middle of the field for 448 yards and 5 touchdowns. Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Russell Wilson was 3 of 3 for 51 yards and 2 scores in last Sunday's game alone. Some of the Browns' biggest defensive busts have come in the middle of the field, or it has at least seemed that way. That happens this week against this offense, and it could get ugly quickly. The Chiefs' overall sack numbers aren't eye-popping. They are tied for 25th in the league with 25 sacks this season. However, a key feature of Kansas City defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo is not only the amount of pressure he brings on a given play, but the variety of pressures as well. Those pressures start with All-Pro defensive tackle Chris Jones, who has been credited with 5 sacks and 59 total pressures. Jones and defensive end George Karlaftis, who also has 5 sacks, have a combined 104 pressures, which is only the start of the problem for offenses. the Chiefs will consistently bring linebackers and also defensive backs. Cornerback Trent McDuffie's 4.5 sacks since 2022 rank second among all corners. The 2024 regular season is winding down, and once again the Kansas City Chiefs are the best team in the NFL, at least that's what their record says. The Chiefs' path to 12-1 has been much different than expected, as 10 of their 12 wins have come in one-score games, with multiple being decided on the final play. Stalwarts like Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones, and Travis Kelce are still impactful players, but something is different about this iteration of the Chiefs. The defense in particular has not been as dominant as in other years, and the offense isn't nearly as explosive, yet this team has figured out new ways to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat just about every week. It's another Cleveland homecoming for Travis Kelce and Kareem Hunt, who combined for 5 touchdowns when the Chiefs last visited the Browns in 2018. Kansas City has had Cleveland's number the last few times these teams have gotten together, but issues on both sides of the ball will give the Browns a chance. Pacheco has only played in 4 games this season after fracturing his fibula in Week 2. He returned from injured reserve 2 weeks ago and has been slowly worked back into the rotation, while Kansas City has relied on Kareem Hunt and Samaje Perine. Pacheco's number of carries doubled last week, so that's a good indication the Chiefs are ready to let him shoulder more of the workload. He's a tough, downhill runner who gets stronger as the game goes on and looks to hammer defenders in the fourth quarter once they've been worn down. He's also very effective in Kansas City's screen game, so the Chiefs will try to repeat Kareem Hunt's 50-yard touchdown off a screen in 2018. Read more. Grading Browns' defense from Week 14 against Steelers. The Browns will feel how aggressive he is as a runner early, and if they are trailing late, Pacheco will be Kansas City's closer. Gray has become an important piece of Kansas City's passing attack, especially in the last 4 weeks. Starting when the Chiefs played at Buffalo, Gray has been targeted 20 times, he had 21 in the first 9 games, and has scored 4 touchdowns. He's easy to forget about when defenses are busy with Travis Kelce, DeAndre Hopkins, and Xavier Worthy, and he's made the most of his recent opportunities. Kansas City likes to utilize Gray underneath and in areas where he'll have room to operate once he catches the ball. It will be imperative on the Cleveland linebackers and underneath coverage players to know where Gray is each play. Johnson was not supposed to be a starting cornerback for the Chiefs coming into the season. He's a depth player who has been forced into duty with Jalen Watson on IR, and he's been a weak link for the Kansas City defense. Jameis Winston and the Cleveland passing attack need to take advantage of Johnson for the Browns to have a chance against the Chiefs. There should be easy, open throws available to Johnson's side that can extend drives and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. Johnson is not good in man coverage, so guys like Jerry Jeudy and Elijah Moore should be able to get open consistently. Jeudy in particular has come to life since Winston became the starting QB, and the Browns need to get him matched up with Johnson as much as possible this week. When the Kansas City Chiefs and Cleveland Browns met in the playoffs 4 years ago, both teams were on the rise. They had young quarterbacks and exciting playmakers, which made it seem like a new rivalry was beginning. That didn't happen. Only one of the teams continued to improve. Since the Chiefs' 22-17 victory over the Browns in the 2020 AFC Divisional Playoff, Kansas City, 12-1, has reached 3 Super Bowls, winning the last 2. Patrick Mahomes has become the NFL's most dangerous and clutch quarterback, while Travis Kelce is considered the best tight end in the game and has a famous pop star girlfriend. The Browns, 3-10, have gone in the opposite direction. Cleveland has had 3 losing seasons, moved on from quarterback Baker Mayfield, and made a huge mistake by trading for Deshaun Watson. This trade not only caused division among their fans but might affect the team for many years. Now, as the teams prepare to meet on Sunday, with the Chiefs at the top of the NFL and the Browns struggling, their previous playoff matchup in January 2021 seems even more distant. "I don't remember too much about that playoff game," said Browns safety Juan Thornhill, who was with the Chiefs at that time. "The only thing that I remember is that controversial hit at the goal line. It feels like forever ago." The controversial hit Thornhill referred to came from Chiefs safety Daniel Sorensen, who caused Browns wide receiver Rashard Higgins to lose the ball with a helmet-to-helmet collision that wasn't penalized. That hit was one of many big moments in a game that also saw Mahomes leave with a concussion. Cleveland's defense couldn't stop backup quarterback Chad Henne's key scramble or fourth down throw in the final minute. If the Browns had won, things might have been different. Maybe Mayfield would have stayed, maybe Cleveland would have been the top team, and maybe the road to the Super Bowl would go through Cleveland instead of Kansas City, but that didn't happen. The Chiefs are now riding a huge wave of success, and some would say luck. This season, the Chiefs have won 10 games by 7 points or less, with 6 of those wins coming on the final play. Last week, Matthew Wright, filling in for 2 injured kickers, hit a 31-yard field goal off the left upright to give Kansas City a 19-17 win for the second week in a row. These lucky Chiefs have been playing close games all season and have kept winning. You make your own luck, Browns coach Kevin Stefanski said. They're a good football team. They've won close games. You win close games by putting yourself in position to go make a play here, make a play there. That puts you over the top. It certainly helps to have Mahomes, who seems able to make the impossible happen. He makes magic happen, Cleveland safety Grant Delpit said. The Browns will have to face one of the NFL's best tight ends on Sunday in the Kansas City Chiefs' Travis Kelce. The Chiefs may or may not have to worry about Cleveland's best tight end, though. David Njoku, due to a hamstring injury, didn't practice all week as the Browns prepared for the back-to-back Super Bowl winners. However, on Friday, the Browns listed the tight end as questionable. It's tight, man, Njoku said Friday. But I mean, I'm trying. I'm trying, Njoku said. The injury occurred in the second quarter of last Sunday's loss at the Pittsburgh Steelers. He still managed to get 7 catches on 13 targets for 42 yards and a touchdown. However, Njoku also acknowledged he was able to get through it thanks to a painkiller shot. He said the pain truly set in after the game. Oh my God. It was biting, Njoku said. It was biting, but I'm a dog. We can see whatever I can do. On the flip side, the Browns ruled out wide receiver Cedric Tillman, who had practiced all week. Head coach Kevin Stefanski said the second-year pro had yet to clear concussion protocol, which he's been in since the final play of the third quarter.